We are now in a position where there are multiple agencies, including lawyers and police and the FBI, investigating. And so I obviously can't share everything, but I did want to just tell people my side of the story, or really just what I've learned. But there's this lingering aspect that has been stuck, and it has really tarnished my reputation, and it's made me feel like I don't have a voice on this platform, and it's made me feel like no matter what I say or do, people say that I'm an evil, terrible person. And it's hard because for months people have been making really big accusations against me, and no matter what I say and do, it's like I've been gaslit. Like, people don't believe that actually this happened. So to help you understand what happened, and I don't want to have to bring all the receipts. I think there's enough videos out there that you might be able to find something on YouTube. And we had CPS at our house multiple times. So the first time CPS came to our house, it was in, I think, the fall, and it was after a channel named Tea Spiracy put out a video. In the video, she had amplified the sound of a live stream I had done on Instagram. And during my live stream, my son was upstairs and I was downstairs, and he was sleeping. He was trying to go to sleep. And my husband had had a really long day. He had been upstairs in our bedroom for hours with our dog because I was really stressed out that day. During the lawsuit, I had a lot of really tough, like, stressed out days where I felt like I was gonna lose it, and he was just trying to keep the dog away from me so that I could work. And after being with the dog all day, trying to keep her happy, and then having my son struggling to go to bed, my son, who happens to have autism, had a little bit of a meltdown, and he told his daddy to get away from him. And he's a kid, right? So they amplified it to make it sound like he said that, like, he punched my son, which didn't happen. I will just say that my son, a lot of times when he's upset, just says, "Don't touch me." And I think he gets that from me, to be honest. I hate to be touched when I'm angry. And he does not like to be touched when he's angry. And we have never, ever, ever used anything with our hands. No belts, no objects, nothing. He has never been spanked, nothing. So it was very jarring to me that a simple moment of my son having a little bit of a meltdown would turn into this video, which proceeded to get people very riled up about my husband. And shortly thereafter, we started getting calls to CPS. So CPS showed up at our house in the fall after this video went out, and they referenced why they were there. They said that they had seen a video on YouTube that had sounds that made it sound like my husband was doing something to my son, which we now know is the video that Tea Spiracy put on her channel, which she still will not to this day remove. They came, they interviewed us, they interviewed my son's nurses, and everything turned out to be false. They said it was unfounded. They said there was no evidence of anything, and they basically just closed it. We told them that I was a public figure, and they noted that, and they said, as long as you're doing what you're doing, don't worry about it. Well, everything will be fine. So then I had a really tough time, and there was one night where I said I was feeling like I might end my life, and that night someone did show up and the cops did come, but the cops came besides that. So I'm not going to fault someone for contacting the police if they feel like I'm not safe, but there was cops that showed up here again a couple months ago, and it was snowing, and it was two deputies, and they said, we received a 7-page report from Hennepin County. I don't live in Hennepin County, so whoever contacted, they went to the wrong county. The city I live in is in between 2 counties. And so they said, Hennepin County received this, it was sent to us, and we just have to follow up. And this report included that you and your husband are doing things to your son. They accused me of having Munchausen's by proxy. And they said that my husband had, again, using the same video, claiming that my husband had punched my son. Obviously, having spoken to them, I again explained to them what was going on. They knew at this time that I was a public figure. And so they said, okay, yeah, we figured as much. We had to come out. We'll just close this out. They said CPS might have to come out. We're not sure, but if we can just tell them that everything's fine. They looked at my son. Nothing was amiss. It was over. Okay. I'm not going to share like the reports simply because, like, one, I don't want to put that information out there for my son, and I don't want to put that information out there for my husband, but it did happen. And